know, I have 2 children, you know, that travel around with me, and, you know, it's better than
angry plumbers.
them saying, you know, hey, well, you know, my dad's a plumber, my dad's a fireman, well, my dad's a stunt guy, you know, does jousting. You think, yeah, right, kid.
We're a theatrical joust company. I, myself, and this company, Hanlon-Lees Action Theater, have been doing this for 30 years. We are just completing our 30th season of jousting at Renaissance festivals all over the country.
We just first ride in. That's probably the most exciting thing. After that, it's just like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. But, you know, you see all these people yelling, and, you know, you ride around into your corner of the arena to address your crowd, and the people on the other side are like, boo, boo, you know, and the other people on your side are like, yeah, kill them, you know.
The audience is what you feed off of. You know, you bounce your energy off of them, and without the audience there, even if it's a couple of people watching, without that little bit of energy, it totally takes it away.
Their excitement, you know, makes us more excited, makes the horses more excited too, and they behave differently during a show than they would during a rehearsal because of all of the activity out there.
Yeah, we audition horses just like we audition people. We will, if we find out about a horse that we think will work for us, we'll go to it and take a shield and a flag and wave the flag around it and bang on the shield and see how the horse reacts. I would say it takes between from 1 week to 1 year to train a horse. That's how, you know, some horses can jump right in. We're theater people. We choreograph all of it. It's a little different when horses are out there. They don't always stick with the choreography. Things break, things fall apart, a saddle cinch breaks, and you just have to deal with it. It's live theater, but you know, it's like football.
Yeah, it's a live performance too, action theater.
But we don't wear cups.
We don't wear cups.
Should.
That's right.
But we are on galloping horses, we are taking hits on shields, we are falling off. So sometimes stuff happens, you know, but, you know, we have to trust each other to hit each other in the right spot, you know, and make sure, you know, he's going to ride his horse in a nice straight line and not crash into me. And so there's a lot of things going through your head all the time. But
the horses have to qualify, the people have to qualify.
You know, the biggest thing in any relationship with anybody, doesn't go who, is trust.
Everybody knows how to fight, the basics of stage combat, and a lot of times we just put the 2 guys over there and say, come up with something, and then some of the things we already have some set pieces that we've used for years, maybe 5 or 6 moves or set choreographed pieces. We can say, do that. We may have to say, oh, you got to cut 3 moves out of that, or you need to add 3 moves, or use an axe maybe this time instead of a sword. But you'll see in this show, the ending fight with Bill and I is just with swords, and that's where it usually ends. Most of the fight will end up with just swords. We also all get up and bow after the show, so no one really dies. We use the fake blood, but we get up at the end and show the kids, because there's a lot of...
It's very traumatic for a little child to see a guy covered in blood that he was just cheered for. You know, the guy slain on the ground. You can hear him crying in the audience. You're like, oh.
I always say everything's real except for the dying.
I want to say that jousting and Renaissance Fair jouster, that whole thing came from this company and this man and a couple of his closest friends, and that's
1979.
That's where a whole genre of Renaissance jouster is one of the most underappreciated professions. To ride a horse at another horse with a stick It's one of the most underappreciated,
It's a lance.
ridiculous
Hello.
things that you would ever think that you would do. And to put on a good show doing it, and that's a whole nother world. And that's the world we live in.